Welcome again to Roll for Crit at Gen Con 2015. I'm Will Keeler.
I'm Jonathan Estes. Today we're talking about Bezier Games booth, the people behind such games as Suburbia and the Ultimate Werewolf series, among others. Of course, they had a bunch of new things at Gen Con this year. First, we're going to talk about the small stuff, which was some expansions for existing games, such as the Castles of Mad King Ludwig Secrets. Castles of Mad King Ludwig, a lot of fun. You're building castles, similar to Suburbia if you haven't played it. What does this new expansion add that's so secret, Will?
Secrets!
Oh, that's a great way to
secret passages. What you can do is link two rooms through secret passage, and by doing so, you double the points they give, while at the same time not receiving the penalty of two rooms being attached.
Which is cool thematically and point-wise.
But not only that, there's more than just these simple secret passages. We have, of course, more bonus tiles. Moats, which I think is awesome.
Yeah.
You can actually build a moat around your castle.
It's a whole new tile.
And you get points for everything but outside tiles from inside the moat. But you can build outside tiles outside the moat.
And there's something else you can put in that moat, correct?
Oh, there is. Swans!
Yeah, you get swans, and like for the matching colors, the sets of colors you can get, you'll get more points depending on how many you have.
But let's say you keep getting a lot of green ones. In the end, you'll still be getting very little points. So you can actually sell those swans for money, which is a big deal. So you have a way of, by earning rooms with swans on them, not only do you get more points, you also have maybe a chance of income. So you're not ruined for getting a duplicate.
Yeah, so it sounds like a lot of really cool new stuff. And yeah, I'm excited. Secret passages are awesome. And
we love the game itself.
I'm really curious to just see, because we didn't get a real deep look at it, what all the funny new room names they have are and stuff like that. So what was their other big expansion?
Oh, the other big one was for my first game I ever played from them, Suburbia, 5-star. If you haven't played Suburbia, it's pretty much you're building a little town, a community, and see who can make the best one, the best reputation. In this expansion, what they had is sort of a new star system, and certain buildings will give you star ratings, and that will either increase or decrease your reputation and population and such. But the big thing is the star order, depending on where you are, determines first player. So if you were last and gained stars from the last thing you bought, you can then take another turn after because you become first. What this does is it doesn't always stay the same order, which is really interesting.
In the base game, it just goes clockwise.
Yes, and I think that's really interesting, especially in a game where you can be like, I'll buy this, but then maybe I'll get only one person behind me, and then I'll have a chance to get that room. Or worse, you're like, I want that room to go down, but I'm going to go be there again.
Yeah, because in Suburbia, the order is extremely important.
Yes,
because
absolutely.
Someone buying your tile or you stopping someone from buying a tile is the name of the game. Not really at Suburbia, but you know what I mean. But yeah, so that is a huge change up for the game. And of course it adds a fifth player.
Right. Oh, how could we forget that? The fifth player, as well as a couple more of the long tiles. Like we saw one that was just a shore, which I thought was hilarious.
Oh yeah, the border tiles.
Yes, which came from the previous expansion.
Right. But I'm definitely. It's like that's more of a small thing. Doesn't have a ton of new stuff. So I think it'll be might be a good addition just to any game.
It's really adding that fifth player, and I think that's actually why they had the star system. Is because imagine being that fifth player constantly.
Exactly.
But I think that throwing that chaos in will also bring everyone who's already played Suburbia to be like, okay, I gotta try this out.
Yeah, definitely. So,
I mean, I know we've played it a lot, and we're already thinking, what weird things can happen.
Those stars blew my mind. But they also had a couple big games, brand new games too.
Yeah.
The first of which we'll talk about is Terra.
Right.
So Terra is kind of like another game we've played, Wits and Wagers. It's a trivia game, but different in that all of the questions are geography centered.
Right. So for example, you have a little box that covers up half the. It shows just a picture, a name, and the questions. There'll be 3 questions, and it'll be like Mount Everest. And it'll say one area.
Where is it?
How tall is it?
Feet.
And how when was it first climbed?
Yeah, something with a date. So like there's 3 sections, like you said: date, length, or height, or measurement, or just number.
Just number.
It could be anything.
Right. Which, like for example, a different one was how many islands are there.
So if you've played Wits and Wagers, it's like that, where each player gets to make a guess. You don't have to know exactly where it is.
That's a very important part.
Because if you are next to, for example, if you put it on the map and you're not in the right place, but you're adjacent to the right place, you'll still get points for that.
Right. It's 7 for being right and 3 for being adjacent. This is a big deal because a lot of times, particularly with the map itself.
Yeah.
Because it may be one center area, but it's touching a lot of other areas. I think we had one moment someone was in the center, so they got 7. But someone had gone all the areas around, so they got 9.
Right.
So in the end, got more points.
Yeah. So if you know what you're doing and if you work with what your opponents give you, you can really.
We should mention that you're actually placing cubes. Everyone has 5 cubes of a color to place around. For every cube that's isn't right on or adjacent, you actually lose.
Yeah, so you are punished for guessing randomly.
Yes.
You want to have a little bit of insight, hopefully. I think what's cool about this also, that I like compared to Wits and Wagers, is that Wits and Wagers is fun because you're writing stuff down on the dry erase marker. This one is very clean in that all the info is already on the board. So there's no having to write and look at people's and mess things around. It's just you put things down. It's a little more elegant of a system.
Well, there's also a bit more of a system because it's first come, first served. You can't both share space.
Right, exactly. So if you know the right answer, but
not even know the right answer. It's also about, like, for if something said, "Where's Washington D.C.?" you'd be like, well, if you're first, you'd be like, odds are everyone's gonna know where that is.
Right.
But if it's something you think it might be a bit more difficult for people, you might be like, maybe I shouldn't answer for that one first, even if you know it.
Yeah, so there's more strategy than you think, but still a fun potential party game, and I think what we said would be really cool is just an educational game for actual children.
I actually like it
us.
a bit more in a way because since it stayed in one topic, it was like I already wanted to learn.
Very,
it wasn't just a
which is depending on your mood or your group,
right.
It can work for that.
But let's get to our final game.
Yes.
Pharaoh.
Favor of the
Pharaoh. Oops, I forgot that part. Favor of the Pharaoh. What this is a dice building game, dice engine game, where you start with 3 red dice and you roll them to get certain tiles, and you can only get these tiles under meeting certain conditions, like 1 pair, 3 of a kind, 10 or more.
Sort of
all
like
evens.
it sounds like poker, like compared it to Yahtzee. Yeah, you need a certain combo to buy a power up.
And these tiles will give you special powers, like maybe roll more dice, change the value of a die, one-time strong uses.
Yeah.
But what happens is, as soon as someone buys the queen tile, which is 7 of a kind, very hard to get, the game hits pretty much the end game. Everyone has pretty much one chance to try to beat whatever they got. So in our game, actually, I got 7 ones, the absolute minimum
to end the game. Yeah.
Then, in order to beat me, someone would either have to get 7 of another higher number, or 8 of something, 9 of something, 10 of something. Just so happened the second player happened to get, what was it, like 10?
Like 10 fives. So I had
neither
to
of
pass
us
because it wasn't even possible.
But it was a lot of fun. It was really cool. This whole idea of trying to, how can I get the most dice from a buck?
I think we all loved it.
And certain tiles that are available for everyone. Some of them are only 1. So you'd be like,
right, the first person to buy it, that's nobody else gets it.
Right, there's a lot of times I'd be like, I want to push my luck to get that tile.
So it's almost a race to get the best stuff and to try to decide which things will help me the most and kind of combo well with. And also, it's a really fairly quiquick game.
Oh yeah, that went pretty fast.
I was surprised, and I think it goes up to, I want to say at least 4, maybe 5 players. We played with 3.
Yeah, I think it's 4.
But even with 3, it was very quick. It was very fun. I was never bored, and we didn't even mention the cool pyramid shape, which is where you keep your dice.
You have to lock in dice, so you can't re-roll them 1 each time.
Yeah.
But overall, a lot coming from Bezier Games, all of it which we were really excited to mess around with.
Yeah, I was really happy. We'll talk more in the wrap-up show, but I thought their booth was one of the most fun places I went to on the floor. In Favor of the Pharaoh, I think like all of us wanted to buy it, but it's not out yet.
That, by the way, that will, I believe, I'm not sure about Terra, but I believe that and also Castle are coming out for Essen.
Okay, so I think probably all of them are slated for, if not Essen, sometime before the end of the year. So it should be a lot of fun. Check out more. We have lots of photos of these games and other things on our website. All our coverage is at rollforcrit.com/GenCon15. Stay tuned. Until next time, I'm Jonathan Estes.
I'm Will Keeler, and this has been Roll for Crit at Gen Con 2015.